Hello, everybody, and welcome to Black Mirror. This is a game that I downloaded on my PlayStation 4 through the PlayStation Now app, and I've never heard of it, so let's dive in. Okay, this just escalated pretty quickly. Alright, well, this is getting really into it all of a sudden. Alright, so this guy's chasing after someone. Is some girl something about to happen to her?
You cannot hide! Not your son!
Not the boy! I failed you, son. Forgive me. Forgive me. I will let you down no longer. Forgive me. Forgive me.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Okay, so these voices must be in his head or something. Do I go this way? Or do I go that way? Oh, no, this way. Boy, this music is intense. Sure, we'll touch the spirit. Uh-huh. Cool. Alright, we're
Lead me
running.
to walk in the path of thy commandments.
Coward! You betrayed your family!
No idea what that is. Okay, he's making himself bleed. Those are sharp fingernails.
Le fu le cloich gion mi muhucha. Gabo je am prish gabi mi rish. You're too late! You will not get him! It'll work. It must.
Okay, cool. What am I supposed to do then? Well, apparently I'm eating paper now. Alright. We are on fire. Okay then.
Be safe, my son.
Burning ourselves alive. That's something. Wow, this game really got into it like right away. Wow. Whew.
Dearest David, it was with great joy that I received your last letter. Know that you are missed terribly here in India. If my
India?
calculations are correct and the International Postal Service is kind, this letter will keep you company as you make the final leg of your journey to Scotland. I hesitate to say anything for fear you'll think me foolish, even hysterical. Your father made it his life's work to research his family's twisted history. This and his obsession with the occult combined to unravel his poor mind. John loved his family and his family home. but he hated and mistrusted them in equal measure. Son, beware of the Gordons. Blood is not always thicker than water. Your loving mother.
So this is the son after Daddy lit himself ablaze.
A note about a library, a key, and some sort of broken toy. Should I even try to read any real meaning into all of this?
Okay.
We have arrived, sir.
Cool. This should be interesting. That's for sure. That is some house. Alright.
Welcome, Mr. Gordon. I'm Andrew Harrison.
Mr. Harrison, it's good to finally meet you. From our correspondence, I expected you to be older.
Thank you. I'll lead the way. It's quite dark already. We can continue to talk inside.
That was a little strange. There are a lot of loading screens in this game, that's for damn sure. It is nice graphically though, and the story seems interesting so far. I mean, I guess his dad went insane and thought he had to light himself on fire to save his son. Now the son is going back to where it all kind of started, which kind of reminds me of Layers of Fear a little bit, to find out what happened. I'm glad you find that funny.
David, welcome to Skahandu House.
Lady Margaret, how kind of you to welcome me in person at such a late hour.
Uh-huh. So this is kind of like an RPG, so Gathandu or father's death? Oh,
If I may,
death.
I would like to know more about my father's last days.
It is too late in the day for such morbid talk. You do look so very much like John, though.
An impressive building. Skahandu, though. Unusual. What is its meaning?
Unusual only if you have not bothered to study Gaelic. It means Black Mirror House. Many generations of the Gordon family have been master of this house. It is a great responsibility. Perhaps the greatest a man could bear. Angus, please show Master David to his room.
Yes, ma'am.
I trust you had a pleasant journey. This place is rather remote, even for Scotland.
It was most pleasing, thank you. I was fortunate enough to stop off in several fascinating places on my way here. How long have you been practicing law?
I came to the bar a few years ago. I'm at chambers in Edinburgh with lawyers who have served the Gordon family for generations. I'm embarrassed to ask, but it is my job. Have you proof of who you say you are? You are David Gordon, son of the late John Gordon.
Please, I quite understand. Here you are.
What a curious object.
Truth or lie? Oh man, I feel like this game would be really good on a live stream, where I could get your people's input on what I should choose. Well, we don't really know anything about the object, so I might as well tell
Isn't
the
it?
truth.
It belonged to my father. He posted it to me shortly before his death. I'm not at all sure what it is.
Perhaps it's something else returning home where it belongs, like its new owner. Have a good night, Master David. I shall continue my studies.
Thank you, feller.
Please follow
happens
me,
to be a lawyer.
Master David.
Yeah, sure, why not? I'll follow ya. I don't know why, but this butler-looking dude has me a little uneasy. Like there's more to him.
Your grandfather, his lordship Edward Gordon.
Be good if I get the analog stick to work right, but apparently it's super touchy.
There is no denying it. We are family.
Uh-huh.
Somebody still cares. Maybe you weren't as bad as Mother believed.
Uh-huh. Weird. It's like very touchy on what I can look at and stuff like that. Alright, wrong way. It's this way. I saw him before I started.
This way, sir.
No, I'm coming. Just looking at stuff.
I suppose it's hard to keep things dry, what with all the rain you get here.
Most amusing, Master David. We do our best, sir. None of us are as young as we used to be.
True, true. Alright, which way? Is it this way, dude?
I've annoyed the old fellow enough. First impressions count.
Oh, that was the wrong way. Cool, thanks for letting me know. Wonder what that is.
It does that sometimes, sir.
Man, that guy seems like, I have to deal with this young person. Ugh. And then this guy, when playing as, is all like, oh my god, it's a clock! He's more terrified than I am. The one downside is all the loading screens, though, but with how good the graphics are, I'm not surprised at the same time.
Lady Gordon expects you for breakfast at 8, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Lady Gordon called you Angus? Pleased to meet you, Angus.
Yes, sir. She did. I am Mr. McKinnon.
Mr. McKinnon. Yes.
I'd advise you not to leave the room tonight. Ticking clocks are not the worst thing you may encounter in the house at night, if you don't know your way around. Sleep well, sir.
Maybe he's more of a morning person.
Or maybe he just doesn't like you because he wants you to die and wants the lady
I doubt
onto
this place could
himself.
ever be properly warm. I got somewhat turned around following Angus through the house. Sorry, Mr. McKinnon, but I think my room is probably around here somewhere. Hold on. This looks like... Wait a moment. This is a piece of a model.
Yep. Meaning it's a key of some sort for something or other.
Everything I ever owned could fit in there, 5 times over.
That's kind of depressing.
Glad I don't have to carry you around anymore. Mr. McKinnon lifted you up with ease.
Yeah, it makes you wonder.
Without some obscure local law that required me being here in person, I would probably never have come. A pigeon amongst the cats.
Sorry to inform you of death of John Gordon. Stop. Please return to Skahandu House. Stop. Andrew Harrison, lawyer. Stop.
I should get a new passport. This one's filling up. This handsome, cheery, sober man. He's not the one I remember from my childhood.
Yep.
Not many matches left.
Yeah, but we'll need them, I'm sure. You know, when we decide to explore the creepy house. A little lag. That's fine.
My faithful friend Insomnia. I wonder if Andrew has left the library yet. I can barely see my hand in front of me.
Yeah, so you probably shouldn't go that way.
In an old house like this one, sooner or later no drawer stays empty.
I feel like that's a metaphor for something else. It's a very interesting game, though. I'd like to know what you guys think.
I'm going to need a light to find my way about out there.
Yep, you are. I mean, we have matches. Do we have, like, a menu or something? Cool.
Pieces of some kind of drawing. How odd. The candle is nearly gone, but it should do for a while once lit. Ah, just what I need.
Yep. Anything else in here? I don't think there was, no. Alright, cool. Now we can venture out into the darkness. Or I could always go the other way. The camera angle is very particular.
We meet again, old foe.
Oh yeah, the clock. Alright, cool. Whoa, what is that?
A dumb waiter. Big enough to fit your own weight in food into.
Uh-huh. Alright, this is cool. I already examined that. There's that way, but what does this go?
Father must have left something for me in the master's study. I suppose I could ask Mr. McKinnon to open it for me in the morning, but I'll have him breathing down my neck. And who knows what I'm to find.
I mean, that might mean that we need a lockpick at some point. Nothing there. Okay. Oh.
More pieces of the same drawing. Maybe
Means
I
it's
can make out
important.
what it shows if I had enough of them.
Yeah, do you think? Sorry, I'm feeling a little feisty today. This is a pretty good game, though. I'm kind of about the camera angle, but meh. It's fine. I'll live with it. More of the same. And the occasional, like, freeze frame's a little annoying, but, you know. That's totally normal, right? Yeah, that's totally norms. Well, then where else can I go? In here, maybe? This is like the only way I haven't gone, so. Maybe this is the library.
No, this isn't right. There should be a room here.
We'll keep listening.
No, this isn't what I need either. Where is it? Eavesdropping, Mr. Gordon? That's hardly proper.
No one ever said I was proper. Just saying. Probably should have drew his attention the second time.
If you don't mind, I have a system and don't want to mix things up. Lady Gordon is very keen on confidentiality.
Of course. Hiding something, are we? That looks daunting.
Daunting, but rewarding and fascinating.
Fascinating?
How
Yes,
so?
indeed. The history of the Gordon family goes back a long way.
So it's true we are one of the oldest families in Scotland.
Oh, much more than that. The Gordons have owned this land back into antiquity, before records were even kept. Add to that some unique and unusual local laws. Well, it can be a challenge, but a welcome one.
Did you know my father?
I was called to the house shortly after your father arrived.
Why did that need a lawyer?
Those complex local laws I spoke of were to blame. Your father left when Edward died, so none of the required legal formalities to transfer the house were observed.
Does that mean...
Not at all. There will be no issue with transferring the estate to your name, if that is what you wish.
have you had a chance to examine my papers?
I have, and am delighted to say that everything is in order. I would not be doing my job if I didn't warn you that with Edward dead and your father absent, the family fortune has somewhat diminished over the years. However, the real treasure is the castle and the grounds themselves. I haven't spent as much time as I'd like here, but it is a unique place.
Unique
Well,
how?
it's been a long day. I bid you good night.
I'll get myself something to read and then head to bed too. Good night.
Yes, something to read. Not a book, though, I would imagine. Aw. I should have waited to grab that document until after I had that stupid conversation with the lawyer. Or the liar, you know. However you see fit. Get myself something to read and then go to bed. Guy did say he has really bad insomnia, though, so I don't see how that is going to be possible. It doesn't look like I can grab anything to read, honestly. Alright, cool. Don't know why a cutscene was
Is this
needed
what
for
Father
that.
meant by a family of snakes?
Huh, maybe.
Ah, locked.
Of course it's locked. It's always locked.
Selected Poems by Edgar Allan Poe.
Take this kiss upon the brow, and in parting from you now, thus much let me avow. You are not wrong who deem that my days have been a dream. Yet, if hope has flown away, in a night or in a day, in a vision or in none, is it therefore the less gone? All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream.
A dream within a dream.
There's a deeper meaning behind that poem, too. For sure. Edgar Allan Poe, one of the best poets around.
Ghosts, legends, ancient history. Where's the rest of them?
They were taken away so you wouldn't see them.
The Castle of Otranto by Horace Walpole. I started reading this, though never got round to finishing it.
The gentle maid whose hapless tale these melancholy pages speak, say, gracious lady, shall she fail to draw the tear adown from thy cheek?
Indeed.
Despair by a man called Howard Phillips Lovecraft.
Ghastly shades of bygone gladness, clawing fiends of future sadness, mingle in a cloud of madness, ever on the soul to lie. Thus the living, lone and sobbing, in the throes of anguish throbbing, with the loathsome furies robbing night and noon of peace and rest. But beyond the groans and grating of abhorrent life is waiting sweet oblivion, culminating all the years of fruitless quest.
The words of a troubled soul.
Very troubled. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be looking for in here. So I already read all the things up here. Maybe there's something else. Can't get in there, of course. Guess we'll go out this way. See what happens, right? I mean, this game's not like, oh my god, scary, but it is creepy. And it's kind of like a mystery, because you don't know, like, what really happened. I mean, you kind of get a hint of kind of what might have happened based on that, you know, intro that we saw into the game. But
Exquisite craftsmanship. I doubt our family could afford a marvel such as this nowadays.
probably. What's in here? Just waiting to walk into a room and just see the butler going whoosh to the lady. A lot of dust.
Must be hard to keep this place clean.
I would imagine so. It is very big. That's different.
Oh, locked.
Of course it's locked. Don't worry. I'm sure later in the game that will open. And we'll be able to do something there. I don't don't think there's anything else in here really, unless I want to look at these things, but I think that's pretty much just of it. Okay, what is this way? This place is pretty big, that's for sure.
Lady Margaret and Edward. How young they look. But who are the others? You really know very little about your own family, David.
Yep, that you do. That's what happens, I guess, though. And, she's asleep. We should not bother her. Just saying. Oh, but I kinda want to. Oh, before we
An
do that.
impressive collection. Grandmother's obviously a music lover. I'll give that a spin later.
Yeah, right now is not a good idea.
A peculiar place to spend the night. I best not wake her.
Oh, should we listen to her sleep? That's not creepy at all.
How dare you? No, I will never. It's not true. It's all lies.
You know, I have that same problem, old lady. I talk in my sleep too. I'm not aware of it most of the time, but my husband tells me all the time that I talk in my sleep, like full-on conversations. It's weird, and I never have any recollection of it. I keep telling him he needs to record me so I can see this proof. What a lovely dining room area. And then there's a downstairs. Cool. Cool.
Somewhere out there they found Father. Or rather what was left of him. What a cruel way to take your own life. On the morrow, I will explore the grounds, as soon as the sun is up.
Yup. Man, it's pretty cool that this takes place in Scotland. Never played a game that took place in Scotland, actually. There's something over here.
Who would tear up photographs, given the painstaking process surrounding their creation?
Someone who's trying to hide something.
It's too dark outside to speculate about the size of the estate.
You're right. You're right. You're right there. Alright, let's go downstairs into the creepy basement? Question mark? Oh. Well, I'm back here. Okay. I guess we should start going back up to our room. Maybe it'll let him sleep now. So I've pretty much gone everywhere. That will be caught red-handed wandering the grounds, and that butler will be like, "What are you doing?" And I'll be like, "I have insomnia. I'm just browsing." Oh, I have to find a way to open the desk in the library. Okay, I had a feeling. Alright, well, I think this is as good a place to stop as any, folks. This is interesting, and, I'm sure there'll be some twists and turns that will make this even more enticing. I really like how it just jumped right into the action where when you start the game. That was cool. And it's kind of like, a role-playing game in a way. It kind of reminds me of Fallout, where you make decisions and stuff like that, or really any of those games, like Until Dawn's like that too. So that game was a lot of fun, and terrifying at the same time. It'll be interesting to see how this game becomes terrifying, or if it does. It might just stay creepy the whole way through. But this should be interesting. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, I will see you all in the next one. You have a good one. Bye-bye.